Hi everyone, Lux Lover here. My name's Daniel and I post videos on luxury goods. To me, luxury can mean lots of things, such as this Von Dutch trucker hat that goes very well with my bootcut jeans. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I talk about, luxury goods, whether it's premium designers, contemporary, just like brands like this. I mean, to me, my Hollister jeans are a luxury in itself. So, something doesn't need to have this big ass price tag on it, but I do like to mix the two. I am grateful that I have these nice things. It's my Tiffany necklace. So I wanted to do a chatty video today. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, but I was just kind of nervous too, because if I have a list of ideas and stuff, I will always diverge from the path and I'll get very tongue twisted and just not follow like a cohesive train of thought. So decided to wing this. I was initially gonna do like a bag switch while I was switching bags from my Burberry Onslow to this, but I got distracted from switching stuff out and trying to talk. So I already did that. I discarded that. So we're just gonna have a nice brief little chat. I'm currently drinking this Voss sparkling water. It is lemon and cucumber, and it is pretty good. Wasn't a huge fan of it at first, but I'm into it. So I know this ensemble is a lot. It's a lot to take in, but I've really been into like early 2000s looks and like just 90s. I guess all decades really. I really feel like that's where fashion is going right now. We're drawing a lot of inspiration from previous decades and trends and kind of just implementing. People always say that like the 2000s was like a dark era of fashion because there was just so much stuff going on. And people are always going to be excited about what's happening in the here and now. But then a couple years down the line, we're going to be like, what were we wearing? What was going on? And I feel like everyone's talking about like what's hot, this looks really cool or whatever. But I feel like we're kind of in that dumpster fire era again. Not necessarily 2000s, but I feel like there's just so many different things going on right now with in terms of fashion that it's like, because I'm seeing inspirations from so many different like decades. We have the Y2K, early 2000s looks, and we have a lot of 90s, but like also 80s, because I'm seeing all these shoulder puffs that I love so much. We have those poofy headbands, the big hair clips, the baggy jeans, definitely, which I am in love with. I love so much. I have these bootcut jeans from Hollister. You're probably not. You're not. Well, there's a big flare on the bottom, but I love Hollister jeans because they actually fit me. Sorry about the lighting. Hollister and Abercrombie. More so Hollister probably, but sorry, the sparkling water was doing a number on me. Excuse me. I cut that out, don't worry. But yeah, I feel like there's so many things going on, and I'm totally here for it, but at the end of the day, I wear what I want, and people might not always understand it or be a big fan of it, like my husband. He's when I tell him there's something I want to try out, or like a look that I'm kind of curating in my head and I want to acquire the different pieces, he'll see one part, like maybe a pair of pants, and he's like, no, please, no. Like, he's not telling me no, but he's like, Daniel, please. Like, if you do that, he's not a fan of a lot of the stuff that I do, like my haircut. I really want a mullet so badly. And that's another thing. Mullets are in. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I love stuff that's just like kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, think about a mullet, It's long in the front and the back, and then, or it's long everywhere but the sides. So it's not that cute with like a furry mustache, but I guess it's a look. But yeah, I wear what I want. I definitely try to, you know, I don't try to keep up with stuff. You know, it's weird because like I'll want to keep up with the trends and then I'll look at like Zara, Urban Outfitters, see what's trending going on. And then I get really excited and I want to be in these looks and outfits and then take a bunch of pictures and then have these pictures for the future and be like, you know, like that's what we dressed like back in the day. You know, I just kind of want to have those memories to look on. So, you know, hopefully that can happen sometime soon with everyone getting hopefully vaccinated. I definitely intend to. I have stuff coming up for that. And I'm not really like, I guess, an outdoorsy person. I'm not very sociable or a social person, but I do really want to take advantage of my youth and, well, you know, you're as old as you act, how you feel, whatever. But I really want to, you know, make memories and, you know, enjoy my time as a 22, almost 23-year-old. And I'm really going to try to push myself to do that, you know. I mean, how crazy is it to think, like, push yourself to have fun? But, like, for me, it requires a lot of mental preparation for me to, you know, not shop online and, you know, stay on YouTube watching gaming videos and, like, just like, and luxury videos, like that kind of thing. It takes a lot for me to do something besides that, even like when it comes to cleaning or whatever, but which is something I need to do, you know. This is the minutia of life that you don't talk about in a YouTube video, but I'm saying it because we're all friends here. So I have a different YouTube channel. I would post like skits and stuff on that, just kind of like general content, I guess. They would be like fun videos, I guess. I would like to think they were definitely fun to make. But the content that I consumed back then, you know, is different from what I watch now. I was definitely younger, so I guess that's why my tastes have changed. But it's weird to think that when I was a teenager watching the people that I watched, I'm there right now. I'm the age that they were. And I just feel like I'm in a totally different place than those people. I don't know. I felt like I was trying to act like them when I was like 16 years old. And I don't know. It's just weird. I'm learning to try to be myself and, you know, try not to absorb people's personalities both online and in real life. And I keep feeling like I'm finding myself, you know, a bit dry, but, you know, I guess this goes along with growing up, you know, you not finding yourself, you're kind of just like creating yourself, I guess. I don't know. It's surreal having y'all comment and kind of just like, I guess, confirming that people are, you know, watching my stuff. It's not a lot, but like I don't need a lot. It's just like when one of you guys says like, hey, what's up? I'm like, oh my God, like I'm not just posting into a void talking to myself. That's what I felt at first. And what I wanted to get to when bringing this up was in my other channel, like, you know, I saw these people that were young people, and I really wanted to be a YouTuber or like an influencer. When I was watching them, influencer wasn't a term, and this wasn't even really that long ago, but like, you know, it's definitely taken a form of its own. I don't know how to say it, but it's definitely been a thing, but it didn't have a title and a thing for people to like specifically aspire to, I feel like. But at the time, I so badly wanted to be an influencer. So I would kind of just like talk how they talked. And I thought, you know, if I can act how they do, and I do it in my videos, then I'm doing something right, because like they have this following, so I can definitely have my own just by being like that. And it's like, no, man, like, I feel like I've always been kind of like such an old man, but like now I'm looking back at that and I'm like, if just 2 people are watching my videos, then like that's great with me, My husband watches these and that kind of makes me die a little bit inside. Like, I love you, Alex, but like he would be like, oh my gosh, you posted a new video. And I'm like, yeah, I did, but you don't have to watch it. You don't feel like you have to. And I'm like, deep down, I'm like, I love the whole supportive husband thing, but like, you really don't need to. Like, I don't need that. I know he supports me and cares about me, loves me, all that kind of stuff. But he would play the video with me sitting across the room, sometimes directly next to him. I would cover my ears and scream and be like, either you are getting out of here and watching that or I am. And he's like, okay, calm down. It's not that big a deal. Like, no, hearing yourself talk in a video is beyond cringe. Like, getting through and editing it is fine. Reviewing it is fine. Maybe even like looking back and being like, okay, yeah, like I liked what I was talking about. But like, go into the inner depths. It's like, like, I don't know. Like I said, it makes me die a little bit inside. And I also feel like, I don't know if this is me projecting or just kind of like, I can tend to be a little cynical sometimes, but I feel like, I guess it goes with social media in general, but like, I feel like to have a YouTube channel, you have to have some little bit of an inflated ego. You know what I mean? To like talk to a camera and then look over it, edit it, you're hearing your voice, you're looking at yourself, and then posting it, and then having people expect to, I guess, care about what you're saying. I don't know if this is like not cool to talk about, you know what I mean? Like, do I sound like a dick? But I don't know. I just feel like this is stuff that people don't mention. Like, there definitely has to be, right? Some kind of narcissism involved with that. Not in a bad way, but you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing new, but, it just takes on new forms as we progress through time and technology. I think it's time for a sip. So at the moment, I have 1, 2, 3 piercings, but in total, I think I've had 9. So that's 1. I've gotten my septum pierced. This is the 2nd time. The first time I had to take it out for reasons, and then I got it again because I missed it. But I had definitely I would say maybe a year break between them. Maybe a year and a half. So this was 1, this is 2, this was 3. I've had my other ear pierced before, so that's 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I had this, what is this? Helix? Is that what that is? Forward helix or something like that? I don't know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got my nostril pierced. That fell out after 2 days. And then I got my nostril pierced again way later. That fell out again too. I'm really bad at math, so I'm going to count this again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 piercings. I would say that this one was the biggest bitch to go through because it never healed. I had it for a year and it never healed. To me, in my experience, out of all of those, the septum was the easiest to get and the easiest to heal. The first time I got it, it was a dream. It was a beauty, got it in, done, just a bunch of tears streaming down your face because it's your nose. But, the healing process was fantastic. The second time around, it was pretty fine. I was a little nervous about it because, I don't know if you can see, but, it kind of leans back. And that really bothered me because the first one that I got didn't do that. And then, after a couple days, this bled, too, when I was in bed. And that freaked me out. I was like, oh, I really don't want to go through all of this. But I think I did like how this one turned out better, because I look at pictures of the previous one and I wanted it to be like that when I got it the second time. It kind of hung low. Like, I want people to see the, the horseshoe. Because I've seen septums where you just see the two little tips, and I didn't like that. I am not a huge fan of it currently, but I'm glad that you can like see the curvature of it, because that's, I guess the solution to that would be to get a longer one, but I really didn't want to have to change the jewelry. I've had this for over a year now, and I forget that I have it, like before, sometimes I kind of forget about it, but like before, when I got it the first time, after a couple months, I would just like walk past the mirror. I would look in the mirror, and like you're like self-realizing, or just taking in, like, I'm a human being, like my name, this is my name, like I'm a person, like those really freaky, like just moments of not clarity, but like, it's just like, whoa, man, that's kind of freaky to think about. I would look and I'm like, I have a septum piercing. Like I would really be a little flabbergasted, because I don't feel like people see me as the type to have one. I'm kind of a wuss, or like a wimp. I've just always been like that. So I'm like, well, I guess this makes me cool. And I used to judge people with septum piercings hardcore, like, but I've always just kind of, I would say as an adult, like late adolescence, early adulthood, I would be like, I really want something to like, just, get something that people wouldn't normally associate me with. So that's where the septum came in. And then recently is the eyebrow piercing. And then also my haircut. I kind of had like a mullet mohawk. I really wanted a mohawk, but my barber, who I have gone to regularly for the past decade, he respects me too much, and I could tell he didn't want to do it, because he kept kind of just like not doing, like going further in for that little mohawk look, and he would just like, when he went as far as he could go, like he could allow himself to, he was like, how's this? And I'm like, this is actually great. This is better than what I asked for. I don't think it would have looked good on me, the mohawk anyways, so it's nice to have someone that takes care of you and, has your best interest, but also, he's like, I only go for this kind of, he didn't say this, but like, it's not that he couldn't do it or he's not good at his job. It's just like, like if you go to a tattoo shop and you're like, I want this, tattoo artists can say, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to do that artwork because, maybe it's offensive, or it's just like, it's just too stupid, or you know what I mean? Like sometimes, because you don't want your name on something that people are gonna be like, oh, they did that? Ooh. So mad respect. We have the same name actually, so that's pretty cool. How do you guys feel about replica handbags? Replica / dupe. When I say dupe, I really mean, within the YouTube community. When people say dupe, when they're getting a one-to-one bag, by that I mean a replica, people use the term interchangeably, but like a dupe is like, I have this Steve Madden nylon shoulder bag that looks like, the Prada re-edition 2005. That's a dupe. When it says Prada on it and you didn't get it from the Prada brand, then that's a replica. And that's fine, but like, I think that distinction is important. Before, I'll admit, like I would get, I was obsessed, like back in those YouTube days, like I was saying, when I was a teenager, I was obsessed with the Cartier love bracelet. And they even had them on Amazon back in the day. I don't know if they still do, but a bunch of like those, like DHgate would have them, that kind of thing. But you could easily find it on Amazon Prime, baby. And that was the case for me. And I loved it to bits. But you know, I was at a very different place then. I would be very cynical that I couldn't afford these nice things. I was like, man, I just, like, it would break my heart that I couldn't, like, I wanted it so badly. Like, you couldn't describe the deep desire I had for it. And it just, like, made me so sad. Like, I can't, it doesn't matter how much I want to get it. I can't. So I'd be like, all right, this will do. And then, you know, I would kind of have it, like, sitting on my arm, and it felt really cool. But now I don't feel the need to have that kind of thing, you know? Not because my tastes have changed, which they have, but, like, you know, I've come to accept that if I can't afford it, then I'm not going to have it, right? So, but I just recently stumbled into this person's channel, and they have a lot of replicas that they purchased from DHgate. And I didn't realize that at first. Like, I saw the thumbnail, and, you know, on YouTube, you're just like, I guess I'll watch this. So then I clicked on their video, and then, you know, my knowledge is just from the thumbnail. I didn't even read it, the title of the video. I just clicked on the thing. And the person said, here's my DHgate haul. And I was like, what? Like, that looks exactly like... And, you know, when they pulled it up, I could tell that, you know, it was good. It was like, not horribly cheap looking, but you could tell the difference, you know what I mean? And before, I used to judge hardcore for that kind of thing, you know what I mean? But, you know, recently, I'm like... Companies don't pay their employees the way they should. You know, people's defense are going to be like, oh, the working conditions that these replica companies put the people through. And it's like, yeah, but think about, like, what all these fast fashion places that you're wearing your freaking, you know, H&M, Zara stuff. Maybe stuff has changed, I don't know, but, like, what do you think they're any better? And it's probably to a scale that's bigger than, like, a fake Chanel, like, trendy CC or whatever, you know what I mean? And I used to judge people for buying that stuff, but now I'm like, more power to you, because if it looks as good as the real thing, I mean, you're probably better off with that, because these freaking, like, Chanel bags are always having issues. Maybe not Chanel as much as Louis Vuitton, but, like, you know what I mean? They're charging thousands for, like, just, like, a little thing. And they're not up... They don't have to be perfect. They just have to be up to par for what you're paying. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, you go for it. I personally wouldn't... I can't do it because I would just be thinking about what I would want. Like, I would have that, you know, replica, and I'd be like, but I really want, you know, the real thing, and it's not gonna feel like it because I don't have it, you know what I mean? I don't think slapping, you know what I mean, at the end of everything is gonna clarify anything, but that's me trying. I've been talking so long, my natural lighting is running out, man. Y'all don't need to know this, but tried filming this video before. I feel like I have to film every video 2 or 3 times before it comes out to how I want it to be. I feel like this attempt, I've articulated myself a little bit better than the other ones. So, yeah. What are you guys drinking? Let me know. This is really good. I wasn't a huge fan of it at first. I love sparkling water, but this particular one, wasn't crazy about it, but it's good. It's making me a little thirsty, though, ironically. I've been wanting a beer today, but it's been a week and a day. Yes, I do remember how long it has been since I've had alcohol, but, you know, I'm better for it, you know, not having it. It could just be a little bit, but I still don't want to give in to that, you know what I mean? There I go again, saying you know what I mean, but I do enjoy my sparkling water, so I'll just go, you know, keep drinking it, keep sipping. You know, every time that I want something from Dior, you know, like in the oblique print, I have to remind myself, like, not that I forget, but I'm like, man, I have it, like, and it's not a small piece either. I have a whole ass bag in the oblique, you know, trotter print in good condition, and, like, it just feels beautiful. I had the saddle flap card holder before, but that was really just a pain in the butt to use. I I do want the Saddle Lotus wallet though so badly though. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's not really as functional as the wallets that I own, but like, my gosh. Oh. And I'm not a matchy person, you know, wallet to bag, but this is the, and I prefer not to have matching stuff, you know. I wouldn't want the same print with a bag, a wallet, a wristlet. Like, no, that's not cute to me. I like having the mix match, all kind of textures and stuff all over the place. We got this Von Dutch hat, the Fila velour, and then my denim. And then I wore, with this outfit, I kind of just, you know, repeated it. But I wore my Gucci GG sneakers, and like there's, with my Burberry bag, just like all over the map. And that's me to a T. We're almost at 30 minutes, so I think this is when I tick the video off. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around if you did for this long. I feel like there's no right or wrong way to do YouTube. And not to keep like talking about it, you know, it's like, stop talking about YouTube, just like do it, just post your shit and go. But like, I feel like everything is just so produced now, and it's like, it's kind of like, yo, put a little bit more effort into your stuff. I feel like that's how people are gonna perceive this, but it's like, it's not that there isn't effort, it's just that I would like to see more stuff, you know, like this, just like laid back. And, you know, if I'm doing long pauses to talk, maybe that's hard to watch, but like, I mean, that's how I am in real life, you know. I can't edit out those really long pauses in real life, and people gotta suffer through them. So be grateful that, you know, that you get the, I'm doing it right now, that you get the luxury of having it cut out. But I'm glad I could provide, you know, maybe just a little bit, just a little squirt of entertainment for you guys. Thank you again. I'm excited to see you guys again next time. Like I said, as always, don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but we'll figure it out as we go. Peace. All right, we got a little thumbnail action going on. This is how I do it. I kind of just like, I always, you know, there are thumbnails when you can tell that it was like an afterthought, where they didn't even think about it, like they forgot to make the thumbnail. So you see a part of like when their face is like this or something like that, because like that's the best picture that they could put. So then they just slap on a bunch of pictures on top of that. Getting a little behind the scenes action with my tucked in shirt. But these are the jeans. I really love them. They're 26, 28, and they fit me. They are primo, baby. Here we go. I moved to the chair, so I'm just gonna have to kind of, there. Let's move some hair. Oh my God, my knees. More like my thighs. Okay. Here, that's better.